Good evening, everybody. This is Phil. I'm doing a quick video on finding gems, looking through different gun sites um, online and the different stores that promote their guns for sale there. You can find a lot of gems while you're filing through that and looking at certain advertisements and their listings. And you can budget shop between the different gun sites and search engines and really find some inexpensive but affordable and I want to say reliable weapons that work for self-defense. Maybe 5 years ago or so, I was researching Guns America and I saw the Girsan. I looked it up. It was a Girsan MC28, and the outlet that was selling it was in Virginia. So it was like a $275 handgun, 3 magazines, 15 rounds each, 3 back straps, and it came in its own box with its own cleaning kit. And it's as if this was kind of like a Glock 19, um, I want to say not replica, but an answer to the Glock 19, but it was less or more than, excuse me, $200 cheaper than the Glock 19. And most Glock 19s are 15 rounds, I believe. I used to have a lot of Glock 17s, and it was 17 plus 1. And the Glock 19s, if I remember correctly, were 15 plus 1. So it was a little smaller. You have the service size, which is the larger handguns you can wear on your hip, usually has the most capacity. And then you have compact, which is just a size down, a little more easier to maneuver for smaller hands. Then you have subcompact, and then you have mouse guns, pocket guns, something you might just throw in your pocket, has a long trigger pull on purpose, its own natural safety. It can still be activated, don't get me wrong, but I'm just speaking mostly. Long trigger pull, 7 to 12 pounds to pull the trigger, and you put it in your pocket. Those mouse guns are very comfortable to wear, and I like the mouse guns. And I go everywhere with a mouse gun because they're easily concealable, and they usually have a 380 round that's formidable within a 10-yard range for self-defense. So I was researching Guns America again, and I was looking at the browsing categories, which shows A to Z, and I looked up the G's. I saw Girsan there, and one of the gun shops, wherever, okay, in America, was selling them inexpensively, and they look brand new. And I'm thinking to myself, are those used? I thought they stopped making MC28s, and I believe Girsan is making them now. But the original 3 magazines of 15 round capacity, a great deal for under $300, is now the same thing, closer to $300, and it's not going much lower, like $289 or $275 and on up. And with shipping, you're going to eclipse that $300 mark, and it's going to be a little bit more expensive than it used to be for 1 magazine, 18 rounds each. And I thought, 2 magazines originally. And so when I opened up my package today, and I was very happy to see them because I did the paperwork for them yesterday, or I'm sorry, 2 days ago, at my gun dealer, my FFL. I was like, oh, yeah, 1 magazine. Okay, did I read that wrong? I have to check into that. But in any event, the magazine was 18 rounds and not 15 rounds like the original MC28 5 or 6 years ago when I bought my 4 Girsans. And I called the company back that was like an outlet for Girsans in particular, and Zenith, the company Zenith that imports Girsans here in Virginia from Turkey, across the pond over there in the Mideast and lower Europe. Do you have the robin's egg light blue one, or do you have the OD green ones left? I said, no, they sold out. And I tried to get as many as I could when I could So now I have the zombie green one, which I test fired often and is one of my favorite guns to carry. I can carry that and feel safe with the two other magazines on my side because I've test fired it. I've tried it with all ammo. I believe in it, and I love the color. I wish more guns were tricked out like that in that all lime green, bright fluorescent green color. I love it. So they said no, and I was like, man, even if you have used ones, model guns that still work, I take it. I need robin's egg light blue, if that's the official terminology, and OD green, dark green. So I was like, okay. I called up the gun store that has these, and I saw the two tone. I don't have the two tone. Two tones came out years later, like 3 years ago. Okay, but after I started buying the Gersons, and I couldn't find the robin's egg blue or the OD green. I was like, okay, 275. What's the catch? One magazine. The magazine is 18 rounds. And then I was speaking to a guy, and I said, "Do you have any more?" He said, "Just flat dark earth, which is that brown color, that desert brown color, that desert tannish color." And I was like, "Okay, I already have one, but if you're saying 289 for that one, can I buy it 300 flat with the shipping, everything involved with the shipping?" And it was almost $300. I want to say $299. I said, "Can you waive shipping for both of them? Make it $615 for the three guns, and $27 for my FFL. I'll have two formidable handguns I trust, and I'm going to try out also at the range, and for under $650." And he said, "Yeah, sure." He said, "That sounds good." It came out a little over $315. And so for the $27 of these two guns transferring, it was basically $242. So I opened the box, and to give you an idea, the color, this is the one I bought years ago, 3 magazines. And 15 round magazines right there, 14 and then 15. And I believe I test fired this one, not the raspberry one. I'm trying to remember. But anyways, it's a little darker. It's got this dark earth grayish kind of tinge to it, but it's tan. Okay. And then I opened up the box, the one I purchased just the other day or last week, and it's a kind of more distinct brown and shinier. It's like a brand new brown. It has nothing to do with this color, and I don't know if you can tell the differences. Okay, all these guns are unloaded. This is brand new out of the box, but this brand new gun has like a brighter desert tan than this one I bought, and this is not worn down. It's been in the box all its life. And I was like, wow, okay. So I pulled it out and I started examining 18 round magazine, and it's just a beautiful looking gun, or basically $300. So you can get a formidable self-defense pistol that you can also walk on any police department. You have to go by their rules, and maybe they just want 3 magazines of 17 plus one. Okay, so what is that? 52 plus, off the top of my head, 45, 51, 52 rounds of 9mm for your own protection. Some smaller police departments that don't have much crime, they might just expect you to have 3 magazines, period, and 15 plus one. So that's 46 rounds of ammunition. And I was like still happy, and I was looking over the box. So this is like a mini review. And again, not much here for extra magazines. Okay, you have some back straps right here, 2 back straps, so it's 3 total, and an 18 round magazine. You know, a cleaning brush, um, its original lock. It's like, oh, okay. So in essence, if I was to get this alone without haggling and not buying the second gun, the first gun I wanted to get anyways, you're looking at basically $299 and shipping whatever it is coming to usually between $30 and $50 shipping. And so I got this for a great deal. Basically, I want to say about $615 for 3 guns. So would this have been worth it? I think it still would have been worth it. But would it have been a good prepper idea? If I can get 2 guns cheaper and waive shipping and it saved me money in the long run, I will, because I think of having more guns and actually fortifying my homestead with family. I have 5 children. I think about their mother, okay, who is a gun fan now. She loves shooting. She gets to shoot more than I do. And I'm like, okay. So she's busy often. And I was just thinking about the gems are still out there. Maybe they downsized to make the gun more available or keep it at that price point. And 1 magazine plus 18. And I've 18 round magazine. Coming out of the older gun. Still works. Still works. And so they should be interchangeable. But I'm kind of a snob where I want everything originally I bought that's made for that gun to be with that gun. Should I ever have to trade, I know what I'm giving away. I know what I'm selling. I know what I'm bartering. And this original Girsan still works flawlessly. Beautiful handgun, sturdy, built strong, ISO 9000 NATO approved, ISO 9000 tested, NATO approved in Europe. Okay, meaning the military can use this. They can throw it outdoors, and I won't say submerge in water for 365 days, but they can throw this outdoors and come back maybe a year or 2 years later, fully loaded, pick it up, bam, 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 start using it. Because the elements, this is resistant to most of the elements. You know, pretty good stuff for 300 bucks. And you look at the Glock 19, all Glocks in essence are even used around $500, brand new, 550 and above. And oh my God, they retain their weight so well. I mean, their price so well, and their worth so well. And it's like, yeah, okay, I've seen the dog and pony show before, and they are. And then you think with Glock's perfection, people aren't going to buy, you know, Austria is right north of Turkey. You think them being that close, Turkey isn't going to sit there and buy their product and then copy it with their own version to make it even better? What about Italy? The Turkish do that too with a lot of Girsan, especially like the Girsan Regard 6, which is basically the Beretta Italian made 92 series. And I'm not a 92 fanboy, and I think it's a very sweet looking gun. And I've fired them before, Tauruses, the 92s. They have a very smooth, straight back punch to your hand. Where these, in my SIG 320, they have an undulating shooting when I'm rapid tapping. And I love that because I can focus on the feel and I know what to expect. And with the trigger break, okay, you can literally make like a Glock, and the trigger break of these sound like automatic gunfire, like da 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 da. And I love it because you can put a lot of rounds downrange should you decide to. It might be one of those things you don't know who's shooting at you at a distance. You just see something coming at you. You hear it. And there's nothing else around there that you're going to harm shooting a longer distance. You deploy your weapon. So it was great. And then just want to show you the Girsan I did not have yet. Nice. Same thing. Everything. This is unloaded also. Safe action trigger. Everybody has in the polymers. So you try to pull the trigger from the side, you can't. You have to have the meat of your finger all the way across the trigger and whatnot. Beautiful gun. This surprised me. Also, single magazine, 18 rounds. But this finish here is a matte. It's like a soft grit sandpaper that feels very durable. So Girsan is not playing around, still making the MC28s and improving them. Do I want a competition model to add to my collection, with a barrel out to here, whatever it is, 5.5 inches and ported and all that good stuff? No, I don't feel the need for that because I'm a snob. I want all MC28s as is. Basic gems. I want the different color schemes they make. I want all the color schemes. And so I was looking at this and I was like, this is even better than I expected. I was expecting more of a stainless steel kind of feel, but kind of darker. And I was wondering how they did that. And this is more like a charcoal color on top of the black. And I like that even more. I don't like stainless steel on top of a polymer. I like it usually all black or a funky color that interests me. And that's why I like the Girsans. They got different colors. The zombie green is cool. It is. Fluorescent green. Anyways, same thing. This was the original $275. I believe it was Grant Gun Store. But don't hold me to the state. It was a few weeks ago that I spoke to them. And they had very affordable, brand new Girsans. So they're not discontinued. They're just made with 18 rounds now. And I'll still buy an OD green one if they make one. But I don't think they make any more colors other than flat dark earth, the tactical model with the red dot, the competition model, and the two-tone. There's also new ones out there that are black. So I don't understand that. But they're still affordable, and they changed the magazine scheme to keep it at a good price point, evidently. So have fun out there while you're looking and realize that there's still gems out there that are well within professional grade, military grade hardware that you can get underneath $400 and put Glock to shame. I have no doubt the Girsan, my zombie green one, is one that's going to last a while. That's the one I like to shoot all the time and know how it feels. I'm more of a Girsan fanboy, but I appreciate Glock because I know they're excellent pistols. But I carry, of all things, the SIG 320. When SIG 320 was not always that popular, my SIG 320 is still 5 magazines deep when I go out and I'm hiking it and I'm carrying, I want to say, a semi-battle load in case I walk and I go to more of the rural areas and there's people that literally drive off the side of the road to scare you and make you run into the woods or make you run or jump. And that's not cool. So I want to be prepared, for lack of a better term. If there is an individual that I end up having to use my weapon with, and they also have a lot of capacity of magazine and jump out of their car, but they caused it, then I thought to myself, yeah, let's put 2 more on there. A magazine holster times 2, and the magazine in my SIG 320. Okay, it's basically 17 plus 1. How could you go wrong? I think it's a great battle system I have in general. The SIG 320. I like its trigger mechanism. Its trigger housing can be replaced, or you can pull it out and put it in another scheme. For the, I forgot the name of the number, the SIG 40 Smith and Wesson or what have you, a different caliber. It's a great system, but I just love its 9 millimeter and its utilitarian purpose of the SIG 320. It's just beautiful. So, anyways, um, look at every search engine for guns you can. Gun Brokers, Guns America. Look at all the sites. You got the Buds Gun Shops. You have Robertson Trading Post. You have all these different gun stores. And if you go to a place like Guns America, you can pull up the gun store itself and look at every gun they sell. That might be an easier way to get to a gun that, and deal with someone you've known before, you've had transactions before, and you're happy to deal with. And they happen to have the same gun that you're looking for. Win-win. So anyways, thank you guys, and I do appreciate it. I'm not much of a range person like I would like to be, and I do want to set up a GoPro and do actually shooting eventually, but I'm not going to expound upon that on YouTube, because I'm not going to stay on YouTube forever. I make videos more of a testament for my children, because there is a year discrepancy between me and my children. I'm a late bloomer father because of other things that occurred before in my past. And I love my children very much. And they're still young. And if the worst could happen, I like having a running testament about how I collect things, how I read and write, and my 2 books that I'm very proud of. I hope become movies one day. Below the Precipice, Taken for Granted. I want to start out by doing the documentary, Deaths of Lake Acatink. And I want them to see a lot of stuff that I did. Unfortunately, because of the job I do nowadays, I can't verbally indulge in video and describe everything that occurred because of not patient rights, but client rights in particular. That if you wanted to call patient, yes, technically you're right, but because of their privacy, I cannot divulge, expound upon, I cannot discuss. And I really wouldn't want someone that's helping me out to do videos all the time talking about my situation online. So I can't discuss those things. I can discuss some things vaguely, but my job is high stress sometimes, and sometimes it's just long and drawn out. And I got to save and help save and play a major role 3 times in the last week, saving individuals' lives, 3 different individuals. And that's the type of work I'm in, helping individuals that are less fortunate. And I love it. But I would also like to go to the range and just bring out 15 guns and run them through full magazine, maybe 2 magazines each, show their dependability, show the even some of the ammo that I purchase in bulk. That might have a bad reputation, but it works good for me. So what's going on there? Maybe I got a good batch at the time, but I like cheap ammo too that works. I want to go to the woods and have no range master there. Show some skill. And I want to just have a hodgepodge of nothing but shooting for literally an hour straight. I'd need a GoPro for that probably because of the Android and its upload capacity. So, I do videos once in a while, and I keep them as short as possible for obvious reasons. Because I have an Android, and I save money with just a phone. Doing a lot of business. Being contacted by that phone has gotten me $70,000 worth of overtime last year. That's just a regular Android. But I'm going to upgrade. I'm going to get the new Android Blade. I kind of went backwards with this last phone. It looked more like a tank, and I wanted something that wasn't going to shatter and break the screen. And within a week, I broke the screen. Anyways, thank you guys for your time and attention. I do appreciate it. Look for Girsan MC28's if you're new. You go to the range, there's no safety on there. There's action trigger safety. Not sure about a drop safety, probably so, if they're copying Glock, because the patent is only 7 years. Okay, you can take the same idea and make it better, and that's not voiding a patent. Okay, it has to be very specific to the person that invented it, the company that invented it, whoever took out the patent. Anyways, Girsan is doing it right. I'm very impressed. They're Girsan MC28s, great deal. Look for more of them. But I also noticed too, the ones out there being sold are new. They're not used. So people are holding on to their Girsan MC28s. Maybe there's used ones, don't get me wrong, but there's not that many. After 5 or 6 years, there's not that many coming back out to the market used and with some wear and tear. So look for the Girsan MC28. I don't think you'll be disappointed. God bless, guys. Please be safe out there. Protect yourself, protect your family, protect your community, protect your state, protect your God great United States. One day we might have to use physical force to protect our country, but protect your family more than anything. Okay? Thank you, guys. Have a great day.